they tried to give me wings, but I already had some. I'm already in thin some. My chop house is my...
Okay, we are 23 days out for the meet, speed squat, max effort deadlift day. And this is funny because for my Circuit Max protocol, I want to pull with chains today. And when I got in here, I was looking at where the chains are usually hung, and half the chains were freaking missing, and we couldn't find them anywhere back here. And where they ended up being, let me get out here and put the camera down, just so you guys can appreciate how far we had to drag them. I don't even know if you can see all the way down there. I'm gonna get the zoom lens out. Go crop mode. Oh, that button for crop mode doesn't work. There's people walking through. But way back, like the back wall, all the way down there. That power rack that you can barely see, that is where the chains were hung. And poor little Miana, I was in the bathroom when she found them. She found them, instead of getting me, she dragged them all the way back here. So everyone say thank you for Miana for making this training session possible. Anyways, one thing you might notice if you're an avid vlog watcher is that I'm not wearing my Lululemon stretchy pants, which I normally like to wear just because it makes the deadlift bar slide up my legs nice and smoothly, like I'm using baby powder. But the first reason I'm not wearing those today is I want to do the speed squats in the real sleeves, just for the sake of getting a little bit extra practice pushing as hard into them as I will need to. Because again, like committing to pushing hard into them was part of the problem on Saturday. So we're gonna get these suckers on for the speed squats. Hockey equipment, anti-smell spray stuff, which makes the stiff sleeves go on way easier than they would otherwise, FYI. Plus it tends to make them not smell terrible, so that's a secondary benefit. But the other reason I'm not wearing the stretchy pants, I'll leave a secret for now, and you can probably guess why I'm doing it. I'm kind of embarrassed for the reasons, but we will save that for after speed squats because it is quite embarrassing. Good. When we got here, the chains were gone. They were on the hammer strength rack at the other end.
Makes sense.
And I broke out the CBB Resilience to Resistance shirt because it's what I've been wearing on the platform this meet. Also, what I've worn on the platform for the last two meets, and definitely fitting a little bit tighter in the 4XL than it did before. So I'd say this whole process of cutting and then putting size back on, it works successfully because arms are a lot less loose than previously. And what I remember from Saturday is just remember to bend my knees sooner than I want to. I'll do more. Yeah. And sticking around on squats on Saturday seems to have worked like magic because left knee trust much better than it has for the last couple weeks. Feels pretty normal. And we'll roll sleeve and bobbers up for this one. And push in at least as hard as we have been. Yeah, I need to be a little bit more assertive with the eccentric.
Okay.
Like the torso and knee break needs to be more fluid, but we're getting there. And man is using the pound green, so we're going kilos. And I was asked in my AMA if belt hole can fluctuate on a weekly basis. Based on my experiences this whole last year with weight going down, weight coming back up, and then weight kind of bouncing up and down around the 285, 290 range the last few weeks, absolutely yes. And it's kind of been a struggle to figure out what hole I'm in, but I'm learning to better recognize the feel that I want the current body weight. This isn't the same hole this Saturday, but like it feels the way it needs to feel. So we will commit to a speed work with it. That is the best it has felt since the knee. Yeah, we're good. The left knee kind of feels like it's bouncing around where it catches, but
Where do you think it's bouncing around?
my left knee.
Okay.
I just gotta probably slow it down a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
That was better.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah, and it's like when we're doing speed work, we don't want to just like wiffle ball the eccentric because we want to be precise with our tension so we get the best care of it possible. And sometimes that means slowing down a little bit more than you feel like you need to for it. I want to hold tighter on the belt just to see.
Oh yeah.
Definitely best one yet. One more, so we'll see if we can improve on it further. Getting under the bar feels easier than Saturday too.
You have way more.
Well, just tight. So I just put way more time in on the shoulder prep yesterday and today.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm very, very okay with that. Trust in the knees.
Oh yeah.
And now for the embarrassment promised that I will be doing on deadlifts. We're going singlet on for pulls. Like the singlet feels different enough that I want to like have it on and be used to different before I need to be used to the different on the platform, you know? And the plan here for the chains is to work up to something heavy that hopefully doesn't move terrible. So yeah. And how last week's 605 triple moved, decently optimistic. Should probably commit to putting the singlet straps up too. Also, you'll notice that I'm not wearing shoes. Jordan Wallace boots are RPS, which means the rule book is pretty open to what you wear and do not wear. And, well, I like not wearing shoes, so we're going to do it. Two feels like two. And we're going belt on early because it'll probably feel a little bit different with the singlet on. Glad we pulled the chain last week because it's not surprising me nearly as much. I'm trying to teach Jesse how to wedge like I do, so let's see if it gets any better. Hard toes. Big lats in. There you go. Toes, lats. Fuck yeah. Yeah, that looks fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting it.
It's just the timing.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. It's like I'm a little late.
I think like for me, it's like the more just force I have slamming into the bar, the less timing matters.
I may be thinking of driving my hips like.
Yeah, and I'm like leg curling and latting in. Come on, autofocus, grab me. Because he used to compete in the IPF, took a bunch of years off, came over to WRPF up here. WRPF up here uses the kabuki bar, and has been really struggling with the kabuki bar, trying to get the same kind of like slack pull on a bar that has slack to pull out versus the stiff bar that doesn't. And running that stiff leg pretension kind of gets the kabuki to act more like a stiff bar. So he'll figure it out. I'm already bleeding, so missing the stretchy pants right now. But I guess what I'll usually do on meet day, just so I don't have the shin blood getting in the way, even in a fed that doesn't require deadlift socks, is I'll cut the bottom off the deadlift sock and then just like wear the sock in my shin to prevent the bar nicking. But I'm fine with it for now. And this 4-plate set, this will be the decide what we're doing set. Because if this does not feel perfect, we're to shut it down here, save the pull for Saturday, and have only one more heavy pull. I would definitely prefer to have two, so we're gonna do our best to act like we're going big today. Yeah, we're okay. I checked the tape back just to verify that it moved as well as it felt, and it moved as well as it felt, noticing that my knees are probably squirting out a little bit harder than they need to when I'm wedging in. So I'm gonna do my best to find a little bit more adductor to pull me into the bar. And to make the call of pulling today the successful call, we got to make this move well enough that we can take at least one more jump after 5 reds. So that is what we're gonna do. Who the fuck are you? What? Mission accomplished. That was easy, right? Well, watch the tape back first, but I think that was pretty okay. Moved very well. Like, it felt easy, so we definitely are going up, but I think I can do a better job of creating toe pressure, so that'll be priority for the next set, which is going to be 665, which will be good enough for today, but if she flies, we're going to take another one, and I want to take another one, so we're going to do our best to make her fly. So that means we got to move this one like we mean it. Not as fast as I wanted it to be. Gonna watch tape back. But upon video review, I think that was just the reality of pulling with chain where it's gonna feel slower than it is, so we're taking that extra jump. And this is something that I have missed, I guess, well, I missed it with chain twice. I've missed it with a mini band, which is about the same as a chain once, and that does scare me a little bit. But if I want to pull what I want to pull on the platform, we gotta pull this today. Also, deadlift jacks, still very overrated. Anyways, it is now fun time, and I'm figuring that if we're having fun and pulling with 2 chains, might as well put some 2 chains on the stereo. But before we do that, if you're feeling stuck in training and you're not making the progress that you should be based on how hard you are working, hit link below and join the team so you can get daily individualized coaching directly from me on every single thing that you're doing in the gym, so we can dial in your technique, build your weak points, set you up with better programming, and make sure that the effort you're putting in produces the results that you should be seeing.
Hit it with the fuck.
Come on.
I'm the man. I don't drink Red Bulls, man. They try to give me wings, but I already had some. I'm already in thin some. My chop pouch is my income.
There you go. Finish that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Definitely a little bit easier than the last time we tried that, so stoked. Watch the tape back, definitely okay with that one. And what I did there compared to the previous is I actually made sure to slow down my initial push just a little bit, give me a better chance to get quads in there, and we had a more straight up pull, less lean back. And I mean, if missing that led to 754, I mean, making it's gonna lead to something a whole lot better. So I'm stoked, and time to get the frick out of this singlet and run some stiffies. And I really liked how the chain felt on these last week, so we're gonna run it again. Plan is to keep these snappy, but I probably will take a jump if we make this adequately snappy. We'll put a green on. Actually, look at the plate tree. Someone put yellows outside of the green, so we'll put a yellow on. So we better make this move decently snappy, being a little bit irresponsible with loading. Happy with that one. Now we're gonna pull the chains off because feels like my squat needs a little bit more hip catch. So we're gonna run some dimbles here in place of one of the glute machines. That's good enough. And the goal here is to drop down to the knees from the top, catch it hard with the glutes on the bottom, then use the glutes to rocket it back up. It should almost feel like a heavy kettlebell swing, and getting better here helps me so much being able to drop into the hole hard on a squat and reverse with my butt cheeks. So we'll run another one here before we head out to the front. Feels like I did the job. And because it's such a light weight here, I really could do reps to infinity if I wanted to. So what I'm doing to judge the end of the set is when that hip catch feels a little bit less assertive. Because when squats were rolling, we were running this atrocious leg press on Wednesdays. I have been a little bit afraid of it since the knee, but I figured today would be a good day to suck it up. I really hope I was in frame when I said that. Also, really hoping that a quarter doesn't feel way too aggressive here. I feel it's going to feel aggressive. Oh, frightening. Definitely not where it was, but we should be able to get her back next week just by sucking it up and doing it this week. And righty, way smoother, which I'm not used to, because typically the right knee is the one that feels sketchier than the left, but we'll take it for now. And we'll get right into lefty here because we're not going heavy. We don't need a ton of rest. Set two definitely feels smoother, but fatigue is absolutely creeping in. But yeah, I am very okay with how that feels, all things considered. Like, far from perfect, but definitely not terrible. Oh, foot's a little too low and getting caught on the center. You good?
Thank you.
Yeah, no sweat at all.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I got one more. Oh, I don't have.
No, yeah, been there.
Yeah.
Not a good feeling. Had to go on a rescue mission there, but probably only had like 1 or 2 reps left to take anyway, so I will call that good enough. And I figure that means it's time to run something else that we haven't run since the knee incident, and we're making her very, very, very easy with the angle, just because I don't want it to feel too sketchy. Feels a little sketchy, which is probably like a sign that we should be doing it, but definitely don't want to go lower, which is shameful. Oh, that is terrible. That is so shameful. So this is another thing we'll try to do a little bit better on next week as well, but We got another set here. Maybe it'll be less bad. Because the left hamstring definitely feels a little bit empty here in the bottom, which, I mean, makes sense considering the knee, but if we can't get it to do better and wake it up here, it should do better on squats. Okay, round 2. Really trying to be mindful of not letting it let go in the bottom, and it feels a little less bad. But definitely gassing out way sooner than I want it to, so we will be doing this again next week. And next up, going to go for a little bit of upper back priming for tomorrow's bench. So we're going to run benchy rows on this thing again, because really been enjoying the feel of this cable machine. But what's going to make this row benchy is we're trying to suck scaps down, pull chest high, and just keep her held here as we're pulling. Also try to drive elbows both wide and down so I'm not shrugging up into the upper back. And that is good enough for the desired outcome. Anyways, round 2 here, and in the team, I'm going to get guys to post their accessories, especially if there's someone who's struggling with lats on bench. Like, we see them doing rows, and they're just like shrugging up and just making it like a trap pull. So that's why we really want to cue that chest tall, cue the shoulder blades down. And that makes it so much more latty and so much closer to how we want the upper back to feel when we're benching. And that's good enough for that.
I'm gonna buy some more greens powder.
Yep, we need protein powder, we need creatine.
Okay. I'll get your debit
Yeah,
card. Okay.
yeah.
Do you want a flavor for creatine?
Well, the iced tea is only small, right?
Yes, unflavored?
Yeah.
Okay.
And next up, do a little more upper back primer for bench. Disappointed that the max pump is the only one open because I don't want to go that heavy. I just want to get a little bit of rear delt squeeze in since we haven't been doing a ton of this as of late. So we can go heavier than this, but not that much heavier. Yeah, we'll go up. Hopefully 20 kilos isn't a regrettable choice. No, that should be good. And because we got a bench tomorrow, I don't want to burn them right out, so cutting the set a little bit short. But like, we're not trying to make it super hard here. Okay, round 2. And I'm trying to minimize scapular motion here because I want to make sure the rear delt's working, so keeping them pinned back as well as I can. So it's just rear delt moving the weight. Once again, that is good enough for today's desired outcome. And last up for today, got to touch abs, so we're running them on the bench and grabbing a 30, which hoping doesn't feel, oh, that's pretty aggressive, never mind. Pull-over sit-ups suck. But glad we decided to run it with a 30 because, like I said, that definitely sucked. We'll do another here. Okay, round 2. And that one really sucked, FYI. And when I was thinking about how I wanted to peak for this meet, the two options that I had in my head were the Circumax that we decided to execute on today, or just spreading it out, having that 705 triple with my second last squat, pulling this Saturday for last heavy deadlift, than taking last heavy squat at 2 weeks out. And the more I was thinking about it, like the more I was tempted to go with the spreading it out easier route. But then I got thinking more and remembered that peaking should be hard. And the meets where I've elected to go the more spread out route to finish, like those were really hard, really gnarly preps, like both loading and effort wise. And with how the last 2 weeks of squats were pretty not spectacular considering the knee feels, like that 65 box squat, that 605 squat I did the week after, neither of those were hard enough to necessitate the level of fatigue that would require a pullback. And like, yes, going for that pullback route might be the safer route, but then the gamble I'm taking is because I trim back so hard, would I end up feeling too flat on the platform because I didn't have enough to carry me through? So we're going with the route that will suck more, because I know that if I can go through the suckage and make it happen, that is what's going to give me the most confidence for the platform, because I will trust supercompensation, I will trust the peak that we did a whole lot more, and I won't be left those last 2 weeks like wondering, did I make the wrong choice? And obviously, this still could be the wrong choice. Like I could fall flat on my face on that last heavy squat day and regret this decision, but I think that's a gamble I'm willing to take, because like I was saying on Saturday, like when it comes to a training session, my back's against the wall, I'm usually pretty good at finding it, pretty good at bringing it, pretty good at getting the job done, and I want to trust my abilities in that regard. So that is why we're going the route that we are, because, well, it'll be the route that I think will be the best outcome for meet day. And no matter what, you gotta believe that the choice you're making is the right one. And making this choice, I have more belief right now sitting here that it is gonna be the one that will let me get the job done. So that is what we're gonna do. It is gonna suck, it is gonna be hard. That last squat day will probably not be a whole lot of fun to go through, but if I can go through it and make it happen, I know that we are gonna be very good to go on the day. So that is what we're doing, that's what we're rolling with. Thank you guys so much for watching through this entire process. Peace out, have a good night, and I will see you in the team.